Hey everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and God, I'm just frustrated. I'm going to try and say this video without certain words because the platform you're watching this on won't let me get this out there to you. When they do this, it severely limits how you see one's content. If you'd like to learn more about all of this, you can click up here or watch my previous video about this whole issue. These two celebrities in this case, let's say, I'm going to try and use every other word I can, but the ones I want to say just to get this to you. We're going to call them him and her, okay? In this case, I hope you can figure it out based off the title and the thumbnail, who I'm referring to. Him and her, okay? They had a big case in London. And the guy with the gavel is now waiting to make a decision because they've both, made their statements, said what they needed to say. The answer to all of this will come soon, but we can't talk about it because it's sensitive for, sponsors. That's what this platform has basically decided. So this story, which we should be talking about in great detail because it's very important. I don't think it's sensitive at all. I think it's really important issues. Now, there's parts of it you can get into details of this that I think would be risky. But YouTube reviewer who will be watching this, I am not mentioning any keywords or any of the issues that I'm not allowed to. So this should be, stamped as approved. But the problem is it takes hours for them to get to it. And then here we are with a breaking story, a statement made by her outside in public that's been on the morning news, and we can't respond to it without getting our coverage held back. And that's what's so frustrating because look, we as creators, we need our revenue to keep our channels going. If we don't have revenue, we can't do it. Like any outlet, any newspaper, any media channel. Like we need revenue from our platforms and our sponsors, or we can't do it. I mean, we have to. It's our living, right? And so that's what's really frustrating about this. So I'm going to get to the statement. We're going to try this again and see if this can somehow get through the filters. But really, I beg of you to, since this keeps happening, and I got to post. I can't do this all day long. I beg of you, please subscribe right here. You can subscribe to the channel. You can also join if you prefer. That gives us even more support. Hello, everybody. And link of every video, if you go to the description, you can see lots of links on how to support through other means to go directly to your creators. Whether it's me, any creator you're watching on this case for him, trying to get the story out there, donate as much as you can when you can because we need it. Because these platforms don't encourage the story, they don't encourage the truth, and it's beyond frustrating. So let's get to this case in hand. Okay, so her. I think they can even read graphics on screen, so I might already be dinged. I literally think this word is what does it. For some reason, this word is protected. Conspiracy theory, I don't know. Probably shouldn't have said those last two words. How frustrating of a platform that we can't just talk without it being limited. It's really, really irritating, these rules. Anyway, she came out and made statements outside, and she's lying. These are just not accurate. I want to fact check this because it's frustrating that this kind of stuff gets out there because the media doesn't want to really sort of angle this. They want to, believe her. And the reality is in this case, there's not really any evidence. If anything, there's evidence in his favor because there's those tapes, which if you haven't seen those tapes, go click here. You can watch this one to watch the tapes. Over here, I shared that. It's not monetized. It didn't get as widely shared as it needs to. But other channels have done it. It's out there. But again, they don't want you to hear this stuff for some reason. So you can get more detail up there. But that to me is the only real evidence we have in this case, which puts doubt on her. And without getting into the details of this case, because I know we're not allowed to, because apparently the case in itself is too much for this platform to handle. This statement has nothing to do with it. This statement is what she said publicly outside of the venue afterwards. Let's hear it. Because I
traveled here to the UK to testify as a witness to assist the court.
And it's important to say she did that by choice. She did not need to do that. In libel cases, witnesses can do it through written statements. They don't need to be there. And she chose to be there every day to hear what was said because she has her own thing coming that she's clearly wanting to prep for, to make sure she knows what's going to be used. That's important for you guys to realize. There was an absolute, and she didn't send like her people to take notes. She sat there, which to me was very odd. She did not need to do that. This was not a case against her. It was against the son. So that to me was a choice she made that she's going to play now as if, oh, she had to.
After obtaining a restraining order in 2016 and finalizing my divorce, I just wanted to move on with my life.
Right. Well, she also doesn't tell you that in doing those things, after doing those things, they agreed to an agreement that allowed them to not, that forced them to not speak about each other or the relationship. But then what did she go and do? What did she go and do, folks? She went and made an op-ed piece. Not using his name, but come on. Clearly, everyone knew who she was referring to. So again, she made a choice. She made a choice to vocalize herself into this. And look, freedom of speech, yes, but speech can sometimes have consequences, especially if you're caught lying.
I did not file this lawsuit.
Duh.
And despite its significance, I would have preferred not to be here in court.
I wonder why. I wonder why. Because it's been awful. But on both parts. Let's not ignore how this has been something terrible for both people. Everybody's dirty laundry exposed. It's none of our business. But he's denying it. He has every right to do that.
It has been incredibly painful to relive the breakup of my relationship, to have my motives, my truth questioned.
All right, if you don't know my story, you need to go watch my story. I'll put that up here too. I can't say your name, apparently, but lady, it's not your truth. It's the truth. There's only one truth. The truth. I'm so sick of people and these people behind everyone writing this out in the script and saying my truth. But you know what my truth means? It means she can say whatever she wants. It doesn't have to be the truth. It's her truth. It's not the truth. And just remind you also, this is outside of the venue, so she doesn't have to say anything. She's not under oath here. She can say whatever she wants. This is spin. This is PR. This is a PR move to, I don't know why you would do this PR move. This wasn't her case. But she's making it about herself for some reason, for someone who doesn't want to be there, for someone who didn't want to come. Why are you making this statement? If anything, this is dangerous. You got your own thing coming on. Deal with that. What are you doing? My truth. So sick of that. My truth. The truth.
And the most traumatic and intimate details of my life with Johnny, shared in court and broadcast to the entire world.
She had every opportunity to end this. They both tried to end this amicably, but they didn't. She went forward with her own choices. Those choices have consequences.
I stand by my testimony.
Well, you better,
I now
otherwise
place
you're
my
going to
faith
go to jail.
in British justice. Although I did not bring up this lawsuit, I am aware of the precious resources being consumed by his litigation.
Did you hear that? Now he's painting it like, how dare he defend himself with the precious resources that because of the thing we're in, which let's remind her, he filed this before any of this happened. This thing we're living right now, all of us in, chaos right now, has nothing to do with the fact that this is something he's doing. That's his absolute right. In fact, that's where you do it. You don't do it in PR moves and op-ed pieces. You do it here to get justice served, so actually people who are hurt by these types of things actually can get something, not just clicks and likes and more rolls. My God, you're trying to make this about, you're using precious resources to defend yourself. Where else is he supposed to do it? Oh my God, that disgusts me.
And I will be glad to see those resources redirected to more important legal matters.
Delayed because of the world we live in right now. So everyone shakes their head. Is anything I'm saying insensitive? I'm reacting to statements that I bet you if this video went up as a clip, no problem. But me putting the clip up, having my own commentary on it, suddenly it's not okay. In fact, that's a great idea. I'm going to upload this clip separately. We will test that. I'll let you know in the comments or the description down below. You can check back. I'll do an update on this. But in the meanwhile, let's see if everything I've done so far, if it's too sensitive. Are you ready? I'm going to place an ad right here. I can do that. Let's see if they allow the ads to come. Ready? Woo! Did you get an ad? If you didn't get an ad, tell me down below. If you did, tell me down below. Let's see if they're keeping us honest. If they're keeping this there. I don't understand what I'm doing that would get dinged or force me to wait hours for a human to watch to verify that I said something inappropriate, because I've said nothing inappropriate. I'm reacting to someone's public statement, public news that will be played during the day while my kids are watching, because that's just daytime TV. What are you going to do, folks?
I appreciate the dedication, the hard work, and support of the
support. Meanwhile, all the Johnny his fans screaming for his support in the background. Just the irony there.
defense legal team, as well as my U.S. and U.K. lawyers. I also wish to extend my thanks to the very diligent and kind court staff and the police, who have been so sensitive in ensuring my safety and my protection so that I could testify in safety.
Whoa. Wait.
And finally,
what? I'm afraid to say that word again because I'm not allowed. But you heard her. She was afraid to testify because he was going to do something during the... What? They both had risks to do this. They both had their teams helping them. The way she just painted that, it's drips of disgusting PR spin. And it's sickening to me how they're just trying to continuing this BS.
my heartfelt thanks for all of the tremendous and overwhelming outpouring of support that I have received and the many messages from all over the world.
That's not true. I'm sure she's gotten a few. I'll correct myself. I'm sure she's gotten a few, but you can hear her supporters aren't there screaming for her.
You have given me so much strength, and I send it back to you.
Ugh.
Thank you.
Oh, good job. How brave. She's so brave. How brave of her to make a statement at the end of an event she didn't even need to be at. How brave. How brave to make it all about her when this isn't even her case. She's not in the case. She's a witness. That could have provided written testimony, but no. Oh, how brave. What a good photo op. You really should. Now, here's what he did. This is what's interesting. She throws a press conference, makes it all about herself, tries to paint it a certain way. What does he do? He goes out to the people. He hands out all these amazing, like, little bandanas and thanks autographs to the people who've been there every day waiting. He wanted to support them for being there and having his back, because that's why he's doing it. As this person said, bravo. He's doing it for the people. He's doing it for his name, to make sure that it's the right thing. He's not doing it for anything else. She's doing it for the public PR approach. He's there making sure he's talking the fans that showed up and have been supporting him. That's what this is about for him. And that, to me, speaks volumes. So when you see this juxtaposition of not her case, holding a press conference, lying, saying she didn't have to be, making it sound like she had to be there when she didn't, and all this other nonsense. And then he's just out there handing out awesome little some thank yous, handwritten thank you notes to all of his fans who've been holding court there. That tells you a person way more. It's frustrating. This is frustrating. I'm gonna check one more time. Let's see. Did they by chance change this? But while we were on air, let's see. Oh, I'm in the wrong account, so I can't tell you that. I'm in my other account. I'll tell you in the comments down below. In order to show you how to subscribe to my channel, I had to log into my sub channel. But subscribe there too. Subscribe to all my places if you can. I'm going to put some content around here that you can support. I did this as a backup video because my other ones have been dinged. I have to wait several hours for these to be approved. I'm going to just roll it with one of them. I hope it supports because we as creators, we need your support. Any creator who's reporting on this, support them however you can. Usually everybody's got links in the description. Subscribing, viewing, all that stuff is sharing. All that's ways to subscribe to support your creators because this platform, it just does everything it can to not support us in the ways it needs to. It's beyond frustrating. And in this case, it's personal to me too. This case is frustrating because you got to hear all the sides of this. And the English press out there does not. They lean into her stuff and paint it like he's wrong. And it's really messed up when you go look. It really bothers me. I see some U.S. headlines are starting to like try to play both sides. They're at least trying to, you know, when something comes out, they'll cover it all. I've noticed it here in some of the trades here in the U.S. So good on them. But it really does feel like people are waiting to see the outcome, which we'll know once they tell, you know, it's over now, but we have to wait sort of for the word. I think that'll change a lot depending on where that goes. It's going to anger a lot of people, or it's going to turn a lot of people more honest, and they're going to be able to get more into this. But they're afraid to get honest until they see, well, where does this go? So stay tuned. I'll be sure to cover that as well. Thanks so much for watching. Lots more coming, so subscribe. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.